Yep, I just had spaghetti and milk though for for breakfast, and everyone's talking about some that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's really concerning.
You haven't tried it though, not regular milk, like canned milk. You know canned milk.
This is just getting worse and worse.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the kingdom. This is your host, the one and only King Core.
You know, like you boil the spaghetti, you put it in the bowl, you put some sugar in it, and then you put canned milk in it, kind of like a spaghetti cereal. That's what I call it.
Oh, my sister had that the other day actually.
Really? Like,
She
but
didn't
just
sh- she didn't finish it, but like she tried it.
it's good. So, hello, Dylan.
Hi.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta say like happy to be
Oh
here.
yeah, okay. Take two.
Okay. Hi,
Okay.
Dylan. Welcome to the kingdom.
Hi. Um I'm I want to thank my mom
Oh my god.
and my dad
Mm-hmm.
and everybody who's gotten me here to this point.
All right. Yeah.
My mom was talking to me because she watched your video
Yeah.
from like 2 years. Was it? That's like 2 years ago now, right?
It's been like a year and some months.
Yeah. And she was like, Dylan, like, why aren't you looking at the camera? Like,
Everyone.
make sure with this next one you're actually looking at the camera this time. Oh my god.
No, I'm crying. Everyone commented on that though. They were like, "What is he looking at? What were you looking at?"
Um,
You did not look at the camera once at all.
Obviously I looked at the camera at least once, but like
Okay, maybe like twice.
I can't tell you what I was looking at because it was not for everybody to know.
What could have been outside that was not for everybody to know? All right.
Yeah.
What have you been up to recently?
I'm in Germany, so that's
Yes.
cool. I'm in a location off the grid that I
Okay.
just said a few seconds ago. I've been spending time with my mom because she lives here, and my sister, and she asked me to shout her out actually, which I will not be doing.
No, do it. Shout out
No,
Morgan if
I
you're
don't. I don't.
listening.
I don't know her social medias. I don't even know her name to be honest.
She's just a
And
stranger that you live with
yeah, occasionally.
occasionally. I'm crying. How's Germany?
It's really good, but I'm leaving like next week.
Oh, really? You're coming
Hmm.
back
Yeah.
for like permanently?
What do you mean? I mean, like, we go to school
I
together.
know, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know if you were just coming back for a little bit and then going back, but because you've been there for like a year, right?
5 months.
Wait, no. I thought you went at the beginning of the pandemic.
No,
Oh, you went in December.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I just remembered. I feel like I don't do a good job with like explaining who my guests are, so I am going to start by saying, everybody, this is Dylan Agbar. Dylan is. Is
That
that
is
not how you?
not my last name.
What is your last name? Dylan William.
That's my. Oh my god! You put my
Dylan
government.
Dylan Will
Dylan Agbarha is my last name. But
Agbarha.
yeah.
Okay. Dylan Agbarha. He is a Nigerian college student, athlete. We go to the same school, and I should say how we met.
He, his pronouns.
Oh
Don't
yes,
forget.
he his pronouns. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's
Wow.
okay. It's okay.
I should have just made that clear. A lot of people were like, "How did you guys meet?" When I asked sending questions for Dylan. So my first recollection of Dylan was like second day of college, and we were we were like all forced to take this class picture, like all the freshmen. So we all had like our UMass Amherst shirts and stuff, and we were all told to go to this field to take a picture. And it was so hot that day, like very very hot. So I had like a bunch of like pamphlets with me, and I was fanning myself. And then I look up and I see this tall ass dude like crouched down next to me, and then he puts his head next to mine so that he could get some of the fan. And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then you ended up taking it from me and fanning yourself.
No,
No?
that's not what happened. I
What?
asked if you could fan me for like a
Oh, like, oh, so then I started fanning you. Okay,
And
yeah,
you
I
did.
remember. I
And that's
remember.
when I knew.
That's when you knew what.
That's when I knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna accept that. I hope that's a good thing, whatever you knew.
Yeah, but I feel like I didn't get any of your social media or anything from that day. I
Oh no,
think
no, 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 no.
the next time we met was like months later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like after that occurrence, like I was just like, oh, okay. But then I would just see you like around, and at first I did not like you. I
Oh,
just, I just, I just had made like a. I think I already made like an image of you in my head, like when I would see you around. So I was just like, I'm not really gonna like,
you didn't give me that vibe at all, so I guess that's nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I also didn't know you, so then when I got to know you, I was like, okay, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even remember meeting, like, I didn't know who you were, obviously, when I met you the first time. And
Mhm.
then the second time was with, like, Dee Dee, your ex roommate,
Yeah.
and Xavier. There we
Hmm.
go. And like a bunch of the other guys, we came into the
Yeah.
room because we were like hanging out together and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like you were like asleep. I don't know. You were just really quiet.
Yeah. I was always asleep when you guys would come to my room. I was just
I
or
just kind of took you for like someone who was like taking college really seriously freshman year, and you were like really quiet.
ooh. Was I taking college seriously? Probably, yeah.
So yeah, I thought you were like really quiet, but I thought you were generally like a nice person.
Yeah. I think I was a little too nice to everybody, but yeah, I think I was just nice. The reason why I didn't like you was because you just hung out with all the white girls. And I just was like I was like, nah, he's like one of those black boys who just likes white girls. There's that type of white boy, I mean black boy, and you just already kind of know what they're like. But you are
Yeah,
not like that at all.
I get it. I get how that could look that way from the exterior. I mean,
Yeah.
I like my white friends. I like my black friends a lot. Obviously, I hang mostly with my black boys, my friends. We're the FBMA.
Oh yeah. Well, but that was recently. I'm gonna say like the first couple months of freshman year.
So first of all, in regards to like white girls and all that, I just feel
Mhm.
like Pierpont was the dorm I was living in, and
Oh, that's
I
why.
could not, I couldn't.
No, no, I get it
Oh,
now.
yeah, no, I just couldn't, I could not think off the top of my head. Chick is a black guy who lived in Pierpont, I think. But other than that, I couldn't think of a
Yeah.
single black person other
Oh,
than
so
like
you were
the.
just surrounded.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
and they were all nice people, but I had a girlfriend, and I
Mhm.
wasn't like interested in any of them. Yeah,
You did
yeah, I had a girlfriend freshman year.
from like high school,
Hmm.
and then you guys broke up.
Yeah,
How long into college did you break up?
it was like like last 3 4 weeks of school.
Oh, so you were dating the whole freshman year?
Yeah, it was really
What?
successful. We did really well together. We were good. Like,
No, but
you know, we were friends.
wow.
We did the long distance thing really well. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you didn't go and visit her or anything, or did you?
Why do you think I didn't? I visited her once. She lived in Amherst, so whenever she came home, like she'd be
Oh,
right there essentially.
oh, my memory is being jogged. Where did you go to school, like high school?
So
Here?
I went to Taunton High for 1 year. I did my
Mhm.
senior year there. It was in Taunton, Massachusetts. It's
Yeah.
in like Bumble Fudge nowhere. Can I swear on this? Can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do
It
sometimes.
was Yeah, I'll do it next time. And then I did my postgraduate year at the Willis in Northampton School. It's like a prep school. And I went
Was
there,
that for
and then
sports?
yeah, it was for sports, but also just because my grades. Like, obviously, I had a really successful year at Taunton High, but it's like a public school, and the standards aren't really that high, anyways. So doing
Oh.
well there doesn't really equate to much. And then I went to Williston, and obviously I did well. I mean, not obviously, but I did well there as well. And then just having 2 years in America was pretty good, and it put me in
Mm.
good stead into getting into colleges. So that's what I needed.
You said 2 years in America. Where were you before?
Oh, okay. Do you want me to go backwards, or should I just from out the womb? Should I just start? Right.
From out the womb, yeah.
Okay. My beautiful mother. She gave birth to me in London, Essex, in
Okay.
Harold Wood. I didn't know that before, but
Is that a
I guess
hospital or a place?
I guess it's like a town. I don't know, but like that's where I'm born. London, Essex, Harold Wood.
Nice.
I I remember I was coming in. I was like going to visit in England, And the guy took my passport. He was like, "Where were you born?" And I was like, "London, Essex." And he was like, "Does Harold Wood ring a bell?" Because it was like at the like immigration control type thing. And
Yeah.
I was like, "No, no, it doesn't." He was like, "Well, that's where you were born."
Oh,
Oh.
what?
So now I can't forget that
How did he know that?
because
Was
it
it
says it on my passport.
oh, you just didn't see it.
Yeah. I was born there, lived there till I was 2, and then in like 2001,
Hmm.
or maybe 2002, we moved to America. It was after 9/11. Moved to America and then lived in Pennsylvania for about 8 years. So when I was 10, my parents got divorced like throughout my time in America, and then my mother and I moved to Germany, Dusseldorf,
Hmm.
Germany, when I was 10, and then my sister came shortly after. And then when I was 16, we all moved to England. It was back to England, but it wasn't London, it was Newbury and like New Berkshire area. So it's not really, it's like kind of like on the outskirts of London. It's not particularly close. Yeah, and then when I was 18, my dad called and he was like, "Hey, I want you to come to the US, do schooling here, go to college, get a good education and all that stuff." Because I was like, doing soccer, football,
Yeah.
whatever.
Football. I say
Yeah.
football.
Yeah, so do I. But yeah, so I was really into that, and obviously my dad kind of just had a vision of like, if that doesn't work out, obviously you want to have something to fall back on. And at first I was just like, yeah, no, and then I just hung up the phone, and then
Really?
yeah, and I told my mom, and she was like, oh, like what bogus? Like, yeah, you don't have to go there. And
Hmm.
then I thought about it, like I remember I was just like I was in Germany on vacation at the time, and I was like at the beach, and I was like thinking, I was like, I think that would like be a really good like thing to do because it was like summer. So if I came, it would just be like going right into my ear.
Yeah.
And then I called him back like within a week, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna come over and we'll get this done.
About that actually.
Yeah, exactly. It felt kind of stupid.
But that's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad that like you thought about it through. Well,
Mm.
because were you hesitant on living with him or just living in America in general?
Both. I was like, I knew my mom obviously let me do so many more things than he did, and
Mm.
I also knew like as soon as like he wasn't really in my life as much, I could get my hair cut when I want. I could get my hair cut how I wanted. Like with my dad, it's like he's a very like old school type guy. It was
Yeah.
you're getting no one all around, and he'll do it for you if you don't go to him. He's like he was that type of dude, and I would be like freaking 9, 10 years old, and he'd make sure like every piece of my life was like in order. He didn't let me
Oh,
he didn't let me sleep over places
okay.
because of like Michael Jackson. That's it. Like he didn't say
What?
no. He didn't say you can't sleep over because of this thing going on in the news. He just
Uh-huh.
said, you can't sleep over at this place because Michael Jackson.
And you're just thinking, what did Michael Jackson do?
I didn't ask any questions. He obviously explained it to me later on, but I was shook. I was so
That's
clueless.
so funny because
Yeah.
of Michael Jackson.
As soon as he left, I kind of just was more free to like be my own person and develop my own self. And then I
Yeah.
knew, even though I'm 18 and I'm coming back here, I'm like with an African dad. He is, he's a very authoritative figure in general. And
Hmm.
then also just in America being a black boy going to
Yeah.
America and kind of being alone at times in college and in prep school. I didn't think I was really prepared for that, and it wasn't really something I've always been a mama's boy.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't really prepared for that.
It was so you just kind of had to be independent on your own. Also, it's hard because like I have moved to a different
Mhm.
continent like when I was 12.
Mhm.
So I mean it's different for you because you were 18, so you already have like developed like your sense of identity, but still it's kind of like starting over
Yeah,
because you don't
exactly.
really know anybody and you got to like learn the ropes and like how to like navigate and stuff.
So did you live in Ghana until you were 12?
Yeah, till I was 11, but yeah, it was I came in
Wow,
2012. Mhm.
wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Were you expecting anything when you came here? Like, did it meet your expectations? Well, because you already lived here before, so.
I just kind of I'm the type to just want to take days like one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have crazy expectations. I'd say going to prep school, I had high expectations,
Yeah.
and they lived up to a sense, but not completely.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards to like public high school, like I was just like, it's the local high school.
Yeah.
I'd already seen it because I'd visited my dad before, and it looked like a prison. And then I went, and it still looked like a prison.
Feels like a prison too.
Yeah, it was horrendous. But and the teachers, they all sucked except for my U.S. history teacher, Mr. Collins. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Shout out Mr. Collins.
Yeah, good dude. Very good dude. Taunton High, Mr. Collins, great dude.
Yeah. But what was the hardest part?
Just staying out of trouble. Obviously, not in like weird sense. It was Taunton, Massachusetts, so like there's like not really.
Like, he's like, there's nothing happening there anyway.
Yeah, but like you've got like iffy people. You've got iffy people everywhere. People selling
Yeah.
drugs, people getting into the wrong stuff. Girls, obviously. My dad was always very adamant on me just keeping my head in the books and
Hmm.
not getting involved with people because now I do not know. Like I know more girls from Taunton High that are pregnant or have had children now than girls that don't.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
What is
exactly.
going on in that town?
Yeah.
Y'all just banging each other?
Ew. Banging.
But that's interesting because your dad said, don't get a girl. And then you got a girl right away.
Yeah, I mean, I dated somebody at Taunton High, but it wasn't really like dating. We were just like
Yeah.
seeing each other essentially.
Hmm.
And like we didn't go, it wasn't anything romantic. We didn't go on dates. We, barely like said I love you, and then she it wasn't, it's like she cheated on me. It wasn't
Hmm.
like, I mean, it's not like a boohoo type thing. It was just like that, you see how unserious that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I obviously didn't see anybody for a long time after that. And then at Willison, it was
Oh, it was
towards,
co-ed?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think I'm going to an all boys school.
I
That's
thought it
crazy.
was when you said it, I just assumed all boys right away.
So when I said that I started dating somebody from high school, you thought that
I
I
thought
was
it was
dating a fellow boy.
no, no, no. I thought it was from time.
Okay, all right, yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
yeah, no.
I did not think you were gay.
Yeah. I've gotten, my voice was really high pitched when I was younger,
Hmm.
and a lot of people used to ask me if I was gay. I was flattered. I don't know.
Why?
Cause it means like, I mean, I used to sing and people would like be all up,
You
gassing me up
used
and
to
shit.
sing? Were you any good?
One thing at a time. One thing.
I'm learning so much.
I sang this Bruno Mars song and I posted it on YouTube,
No way.
but it's like not under my name. I've seen it.
It's still on
I
there.
don't know how to delete it. I do, like, it's not my YouTube channel anymore. I lost the password. I do not know how to delete it. But it's not like, I don't think the
Uh-huh.
average YouTube watcher will find it because it was years ago.
I need
I,
to find this video.
I promise you. I
I
promise you. It
will
was the
find this
worst thing
video.
in the world. And like I posted it and then I was like,
No, I need to
I
find
should
this
I was
video.
like, I should delete this before people see it. And then I went through like it was while I was in Germany, and I went through all the school and nobody like even approached me about it. It obviously didn't fucking go viral.
Yeah,
But
like it's sad at 2 views. You,
yeah.
just you watching it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to find this video. That's so funny. Why did you stop singing?
I think it was because all of the freaking "Are you gay?" comments, and I was like when I had like such a high pitched voice, and I was like, I don't understand how those things correlate. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm sure I wasn't very comfortable with my masculinity at the age of 14.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed. Damn. You should pick
Uh,
that back up.
no, I don't think I will.
You never know. Maybe that's where your money lies.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I started dating my ex-girlfriend at Willison like towards the very end of my time
Mhm.
there. I was also really focused just in getting into college. And she was really nice. She was a really good person, and we met. And then, things obviously didn't work out towards the end of my freshman year, and then, had my freshman year and then my freshman summer, and then coming back I just met my current girlfriend Sky and just never looked back since. It's been really good.
Yeah. Wait, so how long did you date the first one? Like a year?
Like a year and 1 month.
Now you've been dating Sky for how long? Like a year or two.
A year and, she'll hate me if I get this wrong,
Oh gosh, don't
a
get me
year
started.
and 4 months.
4 months. How did you guys meet? I want to know.
It was in Target. I was in Target with the boys. It was like first or second day of school, and like we were just there to get stuff. I was with Reggie, Kevin, like the usual suspects. No, actually Kevin wasn't there. It was Malcolm, Reggie, Nick, Malik, and all them, and then Sky was like there with her friends. And I saw Sky like in the aisle, like
Mhm.
or like on her way towards us, and then I made a joke, and I was like, all right, like I've got to, I think this girl's really cute. I gotta say something, I gotta
Mhm.
do my little swagger
Oh
shimmy.
gosh.
And then I made a joke and like everybody laughed, including them while they were walking past. And I was like, yes, sir.
Uh,
And then,
Did you time the joke so that she would hear it?
of course,
Oh my goodness.
of
Okay.
course, what else? And then I saw she was laughing too. I was like, oh. And then we asked for their names right there.
Mhm.
And I remember Sky was in her bag. She was like, I'm sorry, who are you? And I was like, me? You know,
Who are
me?
you?
No, I'm kidding. She just. I remember I was like, "Oh yeah, my name's Dylan. Like, follow me on Instagram." And then all of a sudden, she wanted to act like she didn't know how to spell Dylan. She did
Oh.
Dillon. So I was like, "All right, you know what?" And I
That's
took her phone.
hilarious.
So I took her phone, typed it in, and I
Uh-huh.
said, "This is me. You can follow me now, and I'll
Oh,
follow you
that's
back."
cute.
And then turned out she had a boyfriend, and I was like, "Oh, that
What?
sucks." They happened to end things. We met again coincidentally, and then
Hmm.
just kicked it.
Wow. That is a beautiful story. So that's all I got
Yeah.
to do, go to Target. I've been to Target so many times.
You just have to
Nobody
find
has
you just have
approached
to
me.
I didn't approach her though. I made a joke and I
Uh,
timed it perfectly
so
and
I
then
got to be I
you
can't
just
go to
gotta laugh. That's all you gotta
See,
do.
I like to go to Target and plug in my AirPods. So maybe that's why I'm blocking my
What
blessings.
is wrong with you?
Maybe I'm not listening to the jokes being told around me.
You're blocking your opportunities.
Yeah, fuck. Damn.
You could be doing a lot
I could be married right now.
if you went to Target
That's
properly.
without my AirPods. That's crazy.
And yeah, I guess I haven't really been single during school, I guess. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't see the point in it. I feel like it's like, sleeping around and doing all that stuff is just really whack.
Single and I don't sleep around.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. But like, it's like, but if you're single and you're not sleeping around, usually you want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That is very true.
it's just I don't see the benefits in it when you can just be enjoying. You can be meeting someone and like you can know that they're real about you rather than just having like six side pieces or six main
Yeah,
main pieces. It doesn't matter.
right. So you've never been the type to just have like text a bunch of girls at the same time.
What?
Exactly.
What's the question?
Exactly. Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about?
All right, because right now you're over here like, I
I
think.
plead the fifth. But
Oh,
also but
please.
also also no, no, no. I never text multiple girls at the same time. Never ever.
Really?
No. But like I obviously, have been involved with I've kissed a girl. you know,
Okay, all right, no, but
I've kissed a girl.
you've never been talking to a bunch of girls at the same time.
No, because why what's the point in that? Like I feel like I've only spoken to a girl with the purpose of I want to get to know this girl and I want to see where
Yeah,
things go.
I was gonna say. So once you find uh like a girl, you just stop talking to anybody else.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I I I guess I'm the type I'm just so invested in like, is
Mhm.
this girl right for me that I don't think I could ever like evaluate that properly if I'm talking to like multiple people at the same time.
Yeah, see, you're smart. No, I'm sorry, because I'm like, yeah, I feel like I've met so many boys who just talk to a bunch of girls at the same time, and I'm like, how do you have energy for that?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I don't.
I think girls are really difficult as well. I mean, I'm not saying this in like I've lived with my mom. I
Mhm.
have a younger sister. Like I just do not have the energy like that for I think I'd love to have a daughter because I think every man should have like a daughter in their life,
Oh, for
but that's
sure.
a different story.
Get son or thought daughter.
I mean, I want to
That's
have sons obviously because I just want to like see like I don't want to make like a miniature version of me like a lot of dads do, at least I believe. I just want to see how he develops, but I also want to like enjoy those little moments where I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's something I would have said," or "That's something I would have did," or "That's something
Mhm.
I would have worn," like I want to enjoy those little moments like in peace and in private. And then I also want to have a daughter because I just think that's like the most precious like me as a man and knowing
Mhm.
the way I treat women and then also being like, I don't think he's the right fit for you,
Mm.
and then also being like really protective but also like giving her space. Like I've seen the way, like for example, my girlfriend is like has like come out, and then I've also met her dad on plenty of occasions, and I like love the like relationship that they have as well
Yeah.
with like pure honesty. But you can also see like I feel like if I broke her heart right now, he'd like knock on my door in like a day or two and be
Oh
like,
my
yeah, listen.
God.
And it's like it obviously it's scary, but
Yeah.
because he's a big fucking dude, bro.
I feel like I've seen him before.
He's got a he's bald too.
Yes, and buff. Yeah, I've seen
He's a
him.
big dude. I know he works out like every single day, every
Wow.
hour of every passing day. But he's it's like he's training to like fight the Terminator. I'm talking about this way too much.
You stay up at night thinking about you like when is he gonna show up? I can tell this is daunting for you.
Yeah, but it's like he's training for like an apocalypse
That's
to
so
like
funny.
to like fight them all by himself.
You
But
better not fuck up.
yeah, no, I won't. But yeah, I love their relationship, and I just love like I just think that having a daughter, makes you like a better man, or like gives you the opportunity to like learn so many lessons that you didn't learn as a boy.
Yeah. But it's funny that you say that because having a daughter is like some boys' worst nightmare. But I think it comes from such a completely different place. Like they're looking like, oh, I can't have a daughter because look at what she's gonna be doing. Like, and it's like, why are you even
My daughter won't be doing that.
well, yeah, exactly. So why are you even thinking about your unborn daughter possibly participating in whole activities?
I think that's
Like,
weird.
yeah, I mean, me too. But a lot of boys, especially on Twitter, are
Yeah.
just always like, I don't want to have a daughter. Never want to have a daughter. Never want to have a daughter.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I see things on Twitter like
Mhm.
I freaking I don't know, all hot girl summer really, all that hot girl
City
activity.
girls.
I saw that kind of stuff on Twitter, and to be fair, if I thought about it in like the like obviously I'd look at it and be like, oh, wow, I hope my daughter never participates in that because I don't think I'd ever like be happy with that. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like, I really want to say I'd love my daughter either way, but
Mhm.
I think
You
I think
should.
at this age of 22, I am not mature enough yet to say that, but I'm acknowledging that.
That's so funny. He's like, I would
Yeah,
not love her.
I
No,
would,
but I
but I
think it
just
all depends on how you raise her, though. So that's on you. It
that's
really is. It's
that's
on the
such a
man.
slap in the face to like every single father who has like a porn star daughter. Think about it. There's a lot.
I mean, yes. But why did they get there? And how did they get there? How did they get there? I feel like a lot of people's destinations rely on how they were brought up. And even regardless, maybe they had the best upbringing. Maybe they just wanted to be in the porn industry. And I think that's a profession that should not be like I failed as a father. I mean, it might be. I don't know. I've never been a father before, so I don't know how I would react if my daughter was in the porn industry.
I don't fucking know. I mean, if my daughter was, I don't want to think about that now. I don't. I hope that doesn't happen, but
Yeah, let's not think. What if
yeah.
she had an OnlyFans? Would you accept that?
I think she'd be smart enough not to fucking tell me if she had an OnlyFans.
You
So
stumble upon it because you are looking for OnlyFans as
that's my fault. That's on me.
well.
That is on me. If I'm looking for an OnlyFans, what that's past my time. That is on me.
Okay, if Sky said she wanted to have an OnlyFans right now, what would you say?
I just can't picture her saying that, but if she did, because we've
Okay.
spoken about it, obviously,
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I understand, but
Really?
I I understand that she wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that she wouldn't actually. I think she'd be completely fine. Uh, I just am not comfortable with the idea of many men
Mm-hmm.
seeing my girlfriend's body
Yeah.
just for money, because I think that like I think I saw some girl, she like has an OnlyFans, and she was like, oh, buy it for like 11, 12, $15, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I never could place a value on Sky's body to the extent where it's like you can pay money to see it. Like I couldn't think to myself, oh, this is how much it costs to see her naked.
Mm,
I just
mm,
it's like
that's a
you'd
good
have to, if
point.
if you're charging everybody like $1 million, then sure, by all means go right
Mm,
ahead. But it's like I couldn't
but
even
not
place
for
a value.
$11 a month. No.
It's crazy.
So, what if she said she wants to have it with you?
Absolutely the fuck not. No way. No
Like
fucking
a
way.
couple's channel.
No
You could make
way.
so much money, Dylan. You guys are both attractive.
I know. I
You
believe that. but I don't want. I'm not even like secure enough in my body to like be showing people myself naked.
Oh, please, you post shirtless all the time.
Yes, but do I post my diddly out just chilling
Okay.
there? Have
So,
you like?
so you're insecure about that.
I mean, I don't. I'm not taking my shirt off every 2 seconds. I some
Yeah.
days some days I feel like, oh, you look nice today,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
we all have that.
Yeah, I have those days too, for sure. You talk about toxic relationships a lot. Not a lot,
Yeah.
but you've brought it up a couple times.
Mhm.
So, what is your qualm with that? Cuz I know you have a qualm with the whole toxic relationship phrase and debacle that's going on.
So is your question what I have against toxic relationships?
Well,
Period.
what do you consider a toxic relationship first of all? And do you think a little bit of toxicity is good sometimes? And have you had moments where you're like, this is a toxic relationship or I'm being toxic? Because I don't know how toxic you are. I'd have to ask Sky. Maybe she'd have to come on this podcast.
I think my view of toxic relationships may be different than other people's, or it might be the same, or it just might be a view that more people should adopt. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think a toxic relationship is when one person is really serious about the relationship and the
Yeah.
other person is not. Or when two people are just not really serious about the relationship and they're just playing around and they're playing mind games and they're messing with the person. And then you're
Hmm.
like talking to other people or you're starting arguments just for the fun of it. Like I think that kind of stuff is toxic because I always tell Sky like I want her to be my peace and I want to be her peace. And
Hmm.
I feel like
Hmm.
we've done that successfully for a really long time. And I value communication, for example. So rather than her just saying, yeah, okay, like Dylan, fuck you, like I'm angry right now, but I don't want to tell you what it is. Like we wouldn't have a moment like that because we've gone through so many like nights of just like talking and like understanding each other.
Hmm.
And I just feel like now we gel and we work very well because we've we've broken that barrier of, I want to communicate. I want to I want to understand you and I want to do it to the point where I know what you want without you even speaking. And
Mm,
so that's something that's really been important to me in
that's
general.
vital.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm not wearing socks right now. I just realized that.
Wait, no way. I'm wearing socks right now. I feel like the roles are reversed.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy. But okay, so do you think some toxicity is good? Because a lot of the times you see posts that are like, I'm so toxic, I'm so crazy, or I need me a crazy girl, or stuff like that. Like I feel like people cap on social media a lot, talking about like they want drama in their life, or if it's too boring, I'll start an argument or stuff like that. Do you think to some extent that is healthy in a relationship?
I think that I think that toxicity as a whole is really unhealthy. I think that arguing at times, starting an argument because it's
Hmm.
boring, I think is also really unhealthy. But I think if you're starting an argument because you're like bottling in emotion and you
Yeah.
actually want to come to a conclusion, then it probably wasn't the best way to go about it. But if that's the only way you see fit and that's the only way then do that by all means. But try to find a better way around it so you're not bottling in emotion. So I
Mhm.
guess my answer is like 70% no, it's not. 85%,
All right.
and then 15% like yeah, sure, go for it.
85 85% is good. What made you say like, yeah, Sky, like I want to be in a relationship with Sky? What makes you say this is the girl that I want to be with as opposed to not this girl's a no?
Oh my gosh. I mean, she's beautiful. First of all, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
I tell her all the time. I think she looks like a goddess. I think she
She's
like.
gorgeous.
First of all, I don't know how much of this I want to put in this right now before her head gets too big when she's listening to it. However,
It's
we
good
were
to
actually
hype her up.
yeah, we were talking about this the other day. She was like, I don't think you're crazy about me. And
What?
not like crazy in a bad way, but like she just I don't know. Sometimes I'm like so focused on like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just forget to pay much attention to the people that like I really care about that are close to
Hmm.
me. And like sometimes I guess I'm guilty of taking that for granted at times.
Yeah.
But like I think she's the most beautiful girl in the world. I think she's sexy. I think she's so intelligent. I think, I mean, I know these things. I don't really think it, but
Yeah.
I looked at her and I was like, wow, like that's like a woman, you know? I was
Yeah.
like, that's a woman.
Yeah.
And she just was like, she was so respectful of her past, of her own relationship when she was in it, and like I probably was not as respectful of it
Mm-hmm.
when she was in it. Like I wasn't like, hitting her up or anything, but I would look at her in like a I like the way you look type of. I remember
Mm-hmm.
we saw each other at a party, we bumped into each other, and she was like very standoffish because she was like, I didn't know she had a boyfriend at the time,
Yeah.
but I was like kind of closer, and then eventually I just subsided because I was like, all right, but
Mm.
I looked at her and I was like, this girl's beautiful. And then when we spoke, I was like, wow, this girl like she's so family oriented. She is so intelligent, and she just knows her stuff. But it's also like I could talk to this girl for hours without like doing anything. Like
Mm.
I could like pick this girl's brain for hours.
Yeah.
And like I remember, I told her even uh, yeah, it was like November-ish time.
Mm-hmm.
I I I mean, now we speak about it. Obviously, I didn't fucking say it back then, but I I I remember that like I fell in love with her when I think we'd spent like 24 hours together, like on the bounce. Like we were just chilling. We went to like some thrift shop, and then we went to like go get dinner together,
In
and then
Amherst?
and then we got breakfast in the morning, and like she obviously, we chilled together. It was great, and we like spent like a really large portion of time together, and I don't think I could do that with anybody else because I get irritated so easily with like the simplest things.
Yeah.
Like so it was I don't know, I felt really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Shut up.
Very simple-like behavior that you just executed. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm,
That was very sweet. That was very sweet. I would
yeah,
hope
yeah,
that
yeah,
somebody talks about me like that someday.
yeah, whatever.
You don't want to accept it, no, but that was sweet. Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Do you have any advice for how to keep a relationship going, like, long term?
yeah, you just shouldn't do that, period. Like you shouldn't be focused on trying to keep the relationship going.
Mm,
I feel like you should really be focused on, is this my person? And if it's not, then just keep it pushing. Like
yeah.
you don't want to waste your years, you don't want to waste your time,
Yeah.
and you don't want to waste like continuing to push on with somebody that it just isn't working with. And
Hmm.
I'm not saying, once you guys argue for a few times, you should call it quits, because that's not what I'm trying to say at all. But rather just be very, very vocal about what it is that you need. And if
Yeah.
that person is showing you that they can't provide that, or that person just genuinely doesn't look like they're
Hmm.
providing that or can provide that, or that
Yeah.
person just doesn't want to provide that, then that's not really your person,
Yeah.
because you
Keep it
shouldn't really have
pushing.
to settle. But that goes for girls and guys. You should never settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice because I feel like a lot of the times people put up with stuff just because they don't want to be alone or,
Yeah, they just want a warm body. I remember what's his name? Idosa said something that resonates with me now. He said a lot of people just want like a warm body to like cuddle. I
Mm,
was like, wow, that kid,
yeah.
that kid, man.
All right, so we're gonna switch gears a bit
Switch
because I want to
gears.
know, because I want to know, like, in the beginning, you said that coming to, coming to America, like as a black boy, just living in America.
Indie Beninging.
What are you saying?
Have you never seen that?
No.
Ah,
What is
you're
that?
whack. That's
You
whack.
kind of had a British accent when you said that just now. Have you never seen that?
Have you never? I have a British accent when I read.
Really?
Yeah, like when I read like
Your
text
mom has an accent.
I don't
I
fucking know.
realized. And your sister too.
Yeah, she does. She
So
does.
cool.
She'd be like, what does she say all the time? She'd be like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Or she'd be
Is she
like, bro,
coming here? Like, is she gonna come here with you
what do you mean? Oh, no, no,
for
she won't.
school?
When I was 18, it's what my dad offered, but I don't think she's cut out for that lifestyle.
Really? Wait, how old is
Uh,
she now?
She's 15. She just turned 15 in
Oh, okay.
February.
That's young still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really want her in America. I don't want her anywhere close to here.
Why?
I think it's dangerous, and it's also just not the place for her to be and develop. Because I think she had a few really tough years in England, even though she like likes her friends and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she got bullied a lot for her skin color
Mm,
and for her appearance and the way she looks. And my
yeah.
sister's a beautiful young lady. She's really
Mm-hmm.
smart,
Mm-hmm.
and just I couldn't fathom that she was getting that. And obviously, it takes a mental toll. And it's like now
For
now
sure.
it's like a lot slower paced here, and in Germany now, and it's just like obviously people are racist in Germany. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the
Yeah, I want
pace.
to know what that's like because I feel like Europe, I feel like the racism is very subtle and not
Yeah,
as out in your face.
for sure, for sure. I mean that yeah. I uh I experienced that more early on, but I guess when I like grew and stuff, that you didn't I didn't really get it as much because I feel like I'm outspoken at times, so I didn't
Hmm.
really let that
Well, I also
impact.
feel like you look intimidating, so nobody would even try.
Yeah, I'm a big teddy bear though. But in Europe itself, well, first of all, that's why I don't want my sister anywhere near America until they sort themselves out completely, until they actually become like great.
Yes, no, for real. I
And
don't think that's coming anytime soon, though. So,
yeah, no, it's not. That's why I can say, yeah, you can go to America when it's like the best country in the world,
hmm.
which is not gonna happen in this lifetime. Europe in general is just really, really weird. It's like, for example, I came when I was 10 and I went to like this like German course like thingy that I had to go to every single day before I could like be integrated into normal school.
Yeah.
And I remember like there would be like 17, 18-year olds and they'd be like Germans or like Turkish like guys and they'd always be like, "Oh, that's the N word from,
What?
from like Hollywood because like that's California, like that's the only place." And they'd be like, "That's the kid from California, that's the N word from California." And then I remember like probably so every single day except for like maybe 4 or 5 days of that whole entire like school year because I was there for 9 months, I'd get beat up every single day on my way home.
You're
It was like
lying.
every single day, like
No,
religiously.
stop. I was not prepared for you to say that.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's okay.
Do
What?
you need a minute? Do you need a minute? Yeah,
No, what?
it was bad, bro. It was, and I was like 10 years old, and I was like fearing for my life, and it was
For
horrible.
being black.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was for being black, but
I mean, because what else did you do?
I was lanky. I feel like I was a really lanky, like 10 and 11-year-old. I feel like that was
What does lanky mean? Just like tall
I
and
was like
skinny?
tall, yeah, I was like really
Uh,
I'm kind of still tall and skinny.
oh my
Just
goodness. At 10 years old?
yeah, yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
Physically, like physically beating you up.
No, they they beat me in chess every single day on my way home.
They beat me with my words.
Yeah. They read really strongly worded poems to me.
No, because I cannot process that. Like,
Yeah.
that's insane. Did you tell your mom?
I didn't want her to worry. I didn't tell her when
Uh,
it was happening, but obviously we've spoken about it now because there were days
whew.
I just couldn't go to school because I was like in pain, and it'd be like, oh, like I didn't work out today. I'm not, like I don't know why you're sore, and I just, obviously I'm sure she suspected it because
Yeah.
I'd come home crying.
Well, were you the only black boy?
The only First of all, I was the only black boy in that school,
Uh-huh. Oh
and then
my God.
I was the only black boy in the next school that I went to as well in Germany. Like, and it was like you had
What?
fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, and 12 grades,
No!
and you'd have like five different parallel classes with like 30 kids in each class. And I was the one singular black kid until I was like in eighth grade, and then there was one fifth grader who was black, and like literally I was the only black kid for 4 years. It was tough.
Dylan.
Yeah, it was really rough. But in the second school, it wasn't really as bad. Obviously, people would like say stuff, but obviously when you experience what I experienced beforehand, it's just
Yeah, like
nowhere
nothing really gets to you.
near. Yeah, and
Oh
but
my
I think the
God.
worst moment for me, honestly, wasn't even like the physical stuff. It was I was on the train. I was on the train and I was about to get out at my stop,
Yeah.
and it was probably one of my earlier days. I was probably like 11,
Hmm.
and this man was just like staring at me like with his like mouth open, and he was just looking at me. And then I looked and like I felt like his eyes like burning into the side of my head. So I look at him and he just like looked away as if he was like startled.
Oh my
And then
God.
and then I'd look back out like out the door, like the
Hmm.
train, it was a tram. Like I'd look out the door and he'd just be staring at me. And I remember I just felt so degraded. And I remember like I was trying so hard to like hold tears back and I just started crying. I was like ridiculous, bro.
That's crazy. Was it
Yeah.
because of the town? Like, was it just because of the neighborhood, or is that like Germany and all? Like, there's not that many black people.
Uh I I just think it was because of I don't even think it was really Either one. I think Dusseldorf, where I used to live, is a beautiful place, and like the people there, I'd say I feel most at home there because I've met so many really good people there.
Yeah.
And my closest friends are black, and like my best friend like of all time is my friend Josh. He's from South Africa, but he like also moved there,
Mm-hmm.
and we've like experienced roughly the same things. I just say it's like it was like the time, it was the
Mm,
time, and it was my age, and it was people just were not used to seeing that as much. And it's like obviously I'm
yeah.
not I'm not 100 years old, like not much has changed, but it's like the way people view you due to like social media, for example, is like so different now. I just say it was the time. Like I don't think that's Germany in a nutshell. I love it here. I
Yeah.
just think at first it was really difficult.
So, like, you experience that, and then you come here, and although there's so many black people and there's so many, like, much more inclusivity, I guess. And America's supposed to be better because it's like the melting pot or whatever. But then it's
Mm.
just a different kind of racism. Like,
Yeah.
you're fearing for your life in both situations.
Hmm.
You're just never safe anywhere as a black boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've been really lucky not to like have like one of those experiences that you like see in the news.
Yeah.
I thank
Have
God
you
that I
never had that with like UMass police or anything? No.
Yeah, I mean, I have like I remember I was driving at night, and I think I was speeding to the parking lot, but like
Mhm.
I wasn't going superiorly fast, but I was going pretty like a steady pace. And then also I guess the the license plate had like expired or something.
Yeah.
And so he stopped us for that, like in the parking lot, and then he like came like to the window. He was just like, "Yeah, you need to. Do you know why I stopped you first?" I was like, "No, I don't." But I was like really respectful, and he was like, "Can I see your ID? Can I?" Well, he was like license and registration. I was like, "This isn't my car," and he was like, "Well, can I see some ID?" And then he was like, "But could you please reach slowly?" And I was like that, like
What?
it was. I promise you, it was right after Sky and I had watched Queen and Slim, so we were coming back from the theater.
No.
Oh my God. Like I didn't feel fear in my body until he said, "Could you please reach slowly?"
What does
Like
that even mean?
that,
Because
that's that's
you
when I was like had shivers in my body. I was like, "Oh
wait,
my God."
but like, what does he mean by that? Because he
Mm,
knows you're going for your wallet. So even if
yeah.
you reach fast or slow, what
Mm.
does that matter?
Shit, I didn't know. But I asked Sky to just get it out of my pocket, and then she did.
Yeah.
And then she just handed it over. I just kept my hands on the wheel.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But I don't
That's
know.
baffling.
I don't want to give UMass a bad rep, even though they suck
I
sometimes.
don't care. I'm gonna give him a bad rep any
Yeah,
chance I
honestly,
get.
fuck it, no.
I mean,
They're
I love this
stupid.
school, but
I mean, I do too, but they're like blaming students. Well, first of all, actually, no, students are really fucking stupid because did you see what they did because our fucking hockey
oh
team
yeah,
like
but
won?
you realize they didn't even say anything about that?
I, oh,
They didn't even send an email like they normally would have. Because I
oh
guess hockey is justified in crowds.
hockey. Yeah, I don't know. I think UMass in general was just stupid, but that like gave me a really fearful moment. But that was also my first one in America where I felt like, wow, this is
Okay.
scary.
Yeah. But do you feel like, okay, because we are in PWI, right? So I wonder, because as a black girl, I feel like the experiences are different because, well, you take racism and then you take misogyny. So
Mhm,
then that's like misogynoir. So black women just have intersectionality
mhm.
with, different, like, being in different marginalized groups. But I wonder, like, as a black man, because you have the upper hand of being a man, but that also can be very, like, it can be kind of worse in a sense because you're perceived as more of a threat than I would be. So do you consciously try to make yourself not seem like as threatening, or is that not something you think about?
First of all, I disagree. I think that it is 100%. I feel like the most disrespected as well as underprotected group in all of America is the black woman, and
That's
I
true.
stand by that to this day. I think that at least I have protection. At least I have people who would like in a situation would be like, "Whoa, officer, you can't do this." I'd have like 10 cameras like on me if
Mm,
something like went down. And with the black woman, you don't see that. You don't have that same
that's
type of
true.
protection, and I think that's really scary. So
Yeah.
I think I'd be significantly more fearful if I was you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I also think that the way my parents brought me up, they just wanted me to be safe, and
Yeah.
they taught me not to let my anger get the best of me, even though obviously that still happens at times. But they taught me like to never let it show in that way, especially outside,
Mm-hmm.
and to behave in a way that would make it seem like, okay, this person is not a threat at all, because the number one thing you hear police officers say is that they were fearful. They
Yeah.
were scared for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I would never give an officer that excuse because of the way I was brought up.
Okay, what about like in normal everyday situations, like when you meet white people, when you meet anybody? Are you ever like thinking about how they will view you, or no?
No. I
Okay,
just I'm
you
can
just
you
be
share me?
yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm myself in that group. I'm as much as myself as I feel like I can allow myself to be in that group, because obviously a lot of white people will not be able to relate to me as a person,
Hmm.
and what I go through daily. So I can just put out my relatable self,
Yeah.
and then the rest, just comes naturally.
Hmm. You make a good point, because this whole time I've been thinking it's probably worse to be a black man, because I feel like they just are deemed more dangerous, because a lot of the videos we see are black
Mhm.
men. But you are right in the sense that if it was a black woman, it would not.
That's
People would not really care that much.
Yeah, exactly.
You can even
Exactly.
see in how media, pushes for when black men are in situations of injustice versus when black women is quieter.
You could name a whole bunch. I saw a TED talk the other day for one of my
Yes,
classes.
I
You
yeah,
saw it too?
I was thinking about that TikTok.
One where he's like, everybody stand up, and then he'll be like, he'll say sit down when you don't know a name, and then
Yes.
people would sit down when black women were named. It's like,
Hmm.
it's redonkulous.
So I guess we could just move on to the questions right now since we're on the topic. All right. So I like to do a little Q&A segment with my
Hmm.
guest and see who is Dylan Will started following. Thank you. Will not follow back, but thanks for the follow.
It's okay. I saw you only follow two people.
Yes.
That was good.
And it's both of my pages. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you major in? People want to know.
I'm a communication major as well as a German major, so I'm a double major
Mhm.
in those two things. But I'm planning after I graduate to get my MS in business.
Nice. Where? Do you know where?
Eisenberg. I'm just gonna apply back to
Really? Just
UMass.
going
Yeah.
right into it?
Yeah. I don't want to take too much time. I'm not getting
Yeah.
any younger. I also just think it'll put me in really good stead in regards to business in general as well as communication. So I feel like I have something to like I have my
Mhm.
education plus more.
Yeah. Plus, because you're sticking to UMass, that's a lot of connections that you can build through that school.
Yeah,
So are
exactly.
you going to be there for like how long then?
It's MS program is just like an accelerated master's degree. So instead of two
So it's
years,
like
it's just
four
one.
plus one.
Yeah. So it's my 4 years obviously, since I'm going to be a senior now, and
Mhm.
then after that just one more year, and then I'm done with
Oh,
school
okay. Same, same,
altogether.
same.
Wait, same. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, because there's a 4+1 like public health thingy where you can
Yeah.
get your master's. So I'm thinking like that's kind of the same thing.
Oh,
I'm
that's
thinking of
dope.
doing that, but I don't know if I'm like 80% want to do that, but then like 20% I'm like, why should I?
Why do you feel like you shouldn't do it?
Because I feel like I found passion in so many other things other
Mhm.
than public health. I mean, I can intertwine what I do with public health because public health is so broad, but I genuinely like podcasting and YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can just graduate and then focus on those things, I can
Yeah.
make something out of it instead of
That's
just
good.
being in school. Because
I
when
mean,
I'm in
yeah.
school, I'm not excelling at anything. I'm
Mhm.
doing 50% school and then 50% this. So I'm not giving my all to one. So
Yeah.
I.
I feel. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Public health isn't going anywhere. So if you
that's
find it
true.
passionate, then you could go back.
Yeah, I agree. You already answered this question. They were like, "Do you speak any other languages besides English? You speak German, obviously."
Hablo un poquito de español.
Sí, bueno.
And then here's my other one. Je parle un peu de français.
Tu parles
Mhm.
français aussi?
Oui, 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 oui.
Très bien.
Merci, merci.
What else?
Oh,
No
that's it.
Nigerian language. I'm waiting for Yoruba.
God, no, I can't.
No,
I can't. My mom, no, nobody ever taught me. Nobody wanted me to learn that.
that's so. Wait, are you Igbo or Yoruba or Ido? Those are the only three I know. I don't know if there's more.
Igbo. There we go.
Igbo? Okay. But you
But
don't know
let
how
me
to
just
speak
let
it.
me just ask to be sure.
Oh my god, okay.
I have to. You know me. I'm
All
forgetful.
right.
So I was wrong. I'm Yoruba.
He says, so I was wrong, but then I knew that.
Yeah.
You really thought you were Igbo? Why? I feel like that's vital information, Dylan, that you need to know.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
could
really
not have
forgetful.
gotten that wrong.
I'm a forgetful dude.
I'm disappointed. Not your heritage. Like,
I'm sorry.
very disappointed. I'm sure all the Nigerians listening
Forgive me,
are
forgive me.
are sick right now.
If I ever say I love you,
Shut up.
my body.
Not you trying to redeem yourself, please. What the hell is that? Fall by Davido. Any white person knows Fall by Davido.
Okay.
Please, that's the most popular song. You gotta come with one song that is very Nigerian that would, redeem yourself.
Do you know? I mean, this is what. Do you know Rotimi, the singer?
Yes.
Nigerians.
Yeah.
I really like his songs.
In My Bed is one of my it's my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
song.
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I think he has another one like called Love or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's really
Redeemed.
good. How does he achieve such luscious skin? What's your skincare routine?
I do a daily cleanser every single day, and then I exfoliate twice every other day. So I don't do it every single day. I exfoliate twice every other day.
Mhm.
Do people want to know my products? Because
I mean,
I don't want to gatekeep.
yeah, spill.
I have this I have two cleansers because some days it's just too hard for my skin. I have
Okay.
Lumen is this like brand that I saw on Instagram.
Mhm.
Their exfoliator was rubbish, but I really liked that cleanser. It was really nice. I liked it a lot, and it just like made my
Yeah.
skin feel really good. But when I use that, I use my Paula's Choice exfoliating liquid, like 2% BHA liquid or some shit like that. I don't even know how to say it. You just like put it on like a cotton swab, and then
Mhm.
I
Wow.
do that twice a day when I exfoliate, and then I put on my lotion, my face moisturizing cream, and then I top it off with some oils, some oils. I use this rose hip seed oil from the original.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's pretty much my like routine when it's jam packed.
Wow. That is more extensive than I do. It makes sense. You do have nice skin, but
Thank you.
I just wash my face with Dove soap and slap on some shea butter
Yeah, yeah. I
and
feel you.
call it a day. I need
I
to look
mean,
into those though. I'm gonna write them down when I'm
I mean,
editing. I'll have
yeah.
to listen to it and write those names down. Another question. How is a pandemic treating you?
I hate it when people say like, "Oh my gosh, like Corona's been like a blessing and a curse," like, or it's been like a hidden blessing because like people have died, sir.
Don't say
Like,
that.
I don't care that you got in the best shape of your life. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. I think everybody who says that is a fucking asshole. Like, that's ridiculous.
I have said
So,
that before.
so that's
Kind of reminds me of, Parasite. Have you seen
yeah,
Parasite? When
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, the flood was such a blessing,"
Oh my
and
god.
and then it fucking fucked everybody else over.
Yeah. I feel like I've been really antisocial because, like, obviously, I have my dad is the biggest preacher on Corona is still in town.
Yeah.
Okay, Corona, like he's very very adamant on that. So
Hmm.
I don't even like I didn't even go out to the grocery store when I was in America.
Wow.
Overall, like obviously I'm healthy. I haven't had it, haven't contracted
Hmm.
it. In that regard, it's treated me well. But
Hmm.
obviously, seeing my peers and see like I haven't lost anyone due to it, thankfully. But I mean, I haven't lost anybody close to me. But I've a bunch of my friends have had it, and my stepmother lost somebody pretty close to them.
Mm.
And so obviously, seeing all the effects of it just haven't really been nice because you shouldn't have to deal with that on a daily basis.
The number one question that I avoided.
You avoided it.
I
Why'd you avoid it?
avoided it. I avoided it because it says, "Why didn't you guys do a part two of your viral video?"
Oh, I mean, it's not even that big of a deal. We
Yeah.
just I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, people are just very curious.
I mean we could have like
We could have.
yeah we just didn't.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the that's the
That's
answer
a
to
T.
it. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm very glad that we met and we also did that video and everything else because it's been a good journey.
Yeah, I'm
For
really
sure.
happy. I'm really happy about that. That was a really nice thing to be involved in. I
Yeah.
think you guys should like for part two
Yeah.
of this because That is the only part 2 you will ever be seeing.
Yeah, honestly. Thank you, Dylan, for having this chat
for
and
having me.
joining the kingdom finally. We
Thank
are
you for
happy
having
to
me.
have you here.
Thank you for
and-
having me. I said it
Oh,
3
it's a
times. I just
pleasure. It's a
wasn't sure
pleasure.
if you heard me.
And
Yeah.
follow him on Instagram at Who is Dylan Will. Follow the podcast on Instagram at WTTK Podcast. Follow me on Instagram at KingXCora. Subscribe to the podcast channel if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow, 5-star rating, or 4-star, 3-star, whatever you feel
My,
like this is.
my eyes are closed because like this sounds like what it sounds like when I'm like listening
Yeah,
to
when you're listening to the
a
episode.
podcast. Yeah.
I'm crying. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.